Hi guys, welcome back to more NCIS. We're on episode 8 of season 4. And we ended the last episode where we managed to detonate the bomb. No, we managed to make sure the bomb wasn't detonated. And Gibbs managed to figure that out pretty quickly. Ziva disarmed it again for the second time in one episode. She's on a roll. But the guy who was in the crowd got away, and we don't know about the seller either. Are we going to continue with that storyline or not? I've literally just watched episode 7 before I've watched this one. And I said at the end of it, we'll see whether we continue on with it in this or whether it becomes more of like a background thing whilst another case is going on. But I've no clue, so let's go find out. Episode 8.
Ziva, this is probably the most secure building in the whole country right now. CIA,
That doesn't mean
DSS,
anything.
ATF, FBI, the whole alphabet's here. Not to mention state troopers, metro cops.
A guest of honor has just arrived.
Ladies and gentlemen, the retiring Secretary of Defense of the United States of America.
Director!
Holy shit! Good God! I wasn't expecting a falling body, though. I've got to admit.
Morning, Gibbs. McGee.
Director Shepard?
Our gate crasher was a Marine, Sergeant Brian Wright. If it was an assassination attempt, he's a lousy assassin. He used his body as a weapon and missed by 75 feet.
Yeah,
He's doing
I don't think it's that.
I've got Tony liaising between Metro and hotel management.
He just came at me. He hit me, I fell down, and he ran away.
You see him fall?
I just got out of there.
So now,
I was down in the lobby to report it when he fell.
You seen him before?
Every day. Congressman Getz. Well, not the deceased, just sad souls like him, the homeless.
Unconfirmed.
And he was a Marine.
so
We
don't
need
stop
to do
name
more
calling.
to help the ones who come back broken.
Yes, you do.
Let's get that x-rayed, Andy. Unless Agent Gibbs has more questions about this.
Politicians.
The congressman thinks our Marine was crazy and jumped.
He's trying to
Zenozo?
pass it off
Not
as
any
nothing.
evidence.
Right, boss.
Well, the injuries are consistent with a fall, but scraped knuckles, possibly in a fight before he went over the edge, and a begging note asking for help. The only real surprise is this. A Bronze Star for Valor,
Holy shit, Purple Heart.
2 Marine stars. It means he was wounded 3 times in battle. Man was a hero.
This is where he launched.
Okay.
Shoe must have come off when he went over the side.
Okay.
Maybe the congressman was right. Maybe Sergeant Wright was crazy and jumped.
Or the director was right. Politicians lie.
Yes, they do.
Human body is a finely tuned engine. None more finely tuned than mine. Even the best engine needs oil.
The 2 tours in Iraq, he was wounded 3 times. Last time was the worst. His Humvee was hit by an IED, separate shrapnel wounds to the head.
No one noticed?
Said he fell through the cracks.
Family?
Divorced,
Right.
no kids. His doctor said he stayed with friends at hostels.
Some way to treat a war hero.
Every single sign is pointing to exactly what the congressman was trying to say. People who fall through the cracks, people who come back from serving their country and end up with depression, suicidal, all the rest of it. No fixed abode. All ticking the right boxes for no one to notice, for no one to care. But why would he have been in here and why did he have that note saying, please help me? Was that just a note he had on him asking people to help him to, to give him food and stuff because he's on the street? Or is that something specific about what was going on in here? That's what we need to figure out, and whether he really did jump or not.
How does a homeless man get past the security agents, local cops, hotel staff, into a lockdown building?
That's what I was saying.
Is this about the jumper?
So you saw him jump?
No.
But you saw him.
So I'm a former Marine. A lot of guys are.
Not at this hotel.
We look after our own, don't we?
Right. I served on the same unit 3 years ago. He didn't
That
have a
makes
place to
sense.
sleep.
So where did you put him?
Well, we always got a couple rooms down for maintenance. Didn't see any harm in it.
How long had he been here?
A couple times a week for the last month.
Giving him somewhere to stay.
Anyone else been in here?
No, just him.
Luis! Luis!
Yeah.
Luis, algo pasó. Tienes que venir pronto.
Luis, ahí en el cuarto, en la cama.
We got another body. Oh, there's a girl. What the hell? What's she got to do with it?
Not yet. We're still collecting evidence.
Looks like saliva. Kiss and kill.
Well, no bag. Maybe the killer took it.
Do I have a bag, McGee?
No, but you're not a...
Careful.
Well, I mean, you're a woman. You're just...
But you're just not a traditional woman.
How old?
No ID, no pocketbook, and no bag either.
No phone, no
The
nothing.
room was booked to Michael Lowe.
Right.
Sounds Asian. Single occupancy. They're gonna review the security tapes to send
She could even be a prostitute. Who knows?
Boss?
Key card.
Recognize this?
It's key card I gave Sergeant Wright. It's a master key. It opens up every room in the hotel.
Never better.
You look run over.
The term is run down.
I do.
I prefer run over.
Clearly, we're still having some problems with the idiosyncrasies of the English language.
The finely tuned engine.
You said it was an engine.
You should see a doctor.
You described your body as a car. She was going on the same.
Hi. Yeah. No, it's not a bad time. This afternoon would be great. Okay. Bye.
It's that same girl, isn't it? Yeah, I noticed
One for
that
each
too.
year.
Why do you have a separate cell phone for her?
Spare. This one sort of been on the fritz.
He's so lying his ass
Probably
off.
don't have the
I'm heading out.
I'm intrigued. Figured.
What price, Fowler?
$18. For real. I looked it up on eBay. Wrong
Really?
star. $18.
That's pathetic.
You got depressed and started living on the streets, begging. One minute you're a hero, the next you're a...
Suspects. Where's Gibbs?
Something's
What am
off
I
about
looking
that
at?
whole thing.
Nothing.
Yeah, but what does it mean?
Wright's hair. Then it would be like looking in a window of his drug history. But all this shows is
Unknown trace elements.
too minute to be picked up by the mass spec equipment. We need
An infrared microspectroscopy unit. It's the only thing that gets down to the nano level.
Okay, get one.
They cost about $100 grand.
Yeah.
So
you might
So
need
it's
to
not
ask
in the
her.
budget. Maybe next year.
Sorry.
Do you want to write a check?
Well, that's not good. It puts him in a dead girl's room.
Sorry, Jethro.
Find out who owns that.
How are you going to get loaned an infrared microspectroscopy unit?
Good question, McGee.
Cold.
I mean, if you're going to bunk off work,
Oh,
that's what you bunk off work for.
Window shopping.
Really? I wonder what that could be.
It's getting warm in here.
Coffee? Tonight, dancing. Tomorrow, work.
You don't seem too happy
It's
about that.
unusual because they don't
I'm
usually.
Worried about what?
We're going dancing tonight, and I haven't got a thing to wear.
They don't usually
Has
show
anyone
us
ever told
Tony's
you they're an idiot?
girlfriends.
Yeah, my boss.
I'm suspicious. Look at those boots. I love them. I love them.
Yes.
Just leave it on the table.
What?
That's not juice.
Technically a fruit, so the case could be made that coffee is more fruit than bean.
Can I help you with something?
I was hoping to get a demonstration of your infrared microspectroscopy unit.
With my sample here.
You don't work here.
Like this place would hire me. I brought my own.
Yeah, I brought my own. Could you test it for me, please?
See, I work for NCIS in DC.
If you want to leave it with me.
No, I can't.
Can't do that.
Chain of evidence.
Thank you.
I have to do it with you.
Thank you. That's what I was going on
Not
about.
with you, but alongside you. I have to be with you.
Nanograms, eh?
Yes. Pesky little nanograms.
Is that a...
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right, Sergeant Brian, Records Medical.
Oh, splendid.
Yeah, her and Palmer. We've not talked about that, have we?
We'll sign it. Wrong with the legal department. It's an essential cog in the engine, so to speak. It can't be much fun for a hands-on type like you.
Where did he go?
Indeed. Death was due to strangulation. She had bleeding in her throat, and the hyoid bone was fractured. Suggests that she put up a struggle of sorts, but toxicology indicates that she was drugged, and for some time.
Hours?
Possibly days. And before you ask the question, yes, she was. But he must have worn a condom. The really good news is that I've identified her.
By name?
No, by country. Yes, you're less than impressed. But what if I told you that 4 weeks ago she was working on the family farm in a coastal region of southern China? In Fujian province, to be precise. Chinese dentistry is quite distinctive. Her dental work is very new, 5 or maybe 6 weeks ago, and indicates that she was a farm worker. We also found traces of chromium-6. It's a byproduct of chlorate, causes cancer and respiratory problem. We had a positive DNA match from the saliva we swabbed from her.
Hallway camera D. The title needs work. Who's in it?
Hopefully the Asian guy who booked the room. Looks like the doctor kept you...
Busy waiting room.
Or lack of sleeping sickness.
Dang this go.
Ducky thinks our victim is a Chinese national. Probably in the country less than a few weeks.
Smuggled in, maybe for the sex trade. Asian, cute,
That's
underage.
what I thought.
It's a gold mine.
And then one of them kills her.
Sergeant Wright doesn't fit that profile.
Wright didn't need to pay to get into the room. He had a magic key.
Got to get one of these babies.
Looks like trace elements of aluminum hydroxide and formalin.
Aluminum hydroxide stimulates the immune system.
Talking dirt.
Say something funny?
No, I just... It's just that we're having this conversation.
You're turning around.
Makes everyone screaming from the room. But so you said vaccines?
I said vaccines.
That's got to be it. A vaccine for what?
Aluminum hydroxide is used as an adjuvant in hepatitis A and Lyme disease.
Aluminum hydroxide, formalin, and benzothonium chloride.
The only thing I can think of using benzothonium chloride for as a preservative is anthrax vaccine. You don't have an unhealthy obsession with death now, do you?
Oh, no, no. It's just a hobby.
So, good or bad for your Marine?
It's bad. It's very bad.
Something didn't fit. It's just a theory, but it's about what Wright ate. The room service tray on the bed was half finished, which raises another question. How did he get room service if he wasn't supposed to be in the room in the first place?
Someone else.
I think that he found one that was half finished. He took it back to his room. Something must have happened before he could eat it.
Or somebody else's.
Help me.
Hidden under a plate on the tray. And he found it. Must be why he went back to the room. Once a hero, always a hero.
Good theory.
It's a negative.
Yes. Oh, McGee, it's not right sampling.
I'll tell him, thank you.
Yeah.
Boss, a hair found on the victim indicates the killer had an anthrax vaccine. Wright never had one.
I could not have done it without the IMS. And you.
So, who do I make the receipt out to?
Come on.
Are you kidding me? I am the queen of the alley.
You know, they got a bowling alley right downstairs.
In the hotel?
Right next to the indoor pool.
You're just afraid of getting your butt kicked on the lanes.
You were on, lady.
I can't believe you both. It's such a coincidence.
I didn't see that.
Are you a 3/4 or full roller?
Makes no difference to me.
Do you know something? I like that. I like the way that they just did that. Because a lot of people would have a problem with it still, even today. And it showed, for me, that showed that wasn't even on the radar to Abby. She didn't notice it. She didn't mention it. She didn't react to it. It's just perfectly normal. I like that.
There's more than one reason to kiss a girl.
There is?
Got a question for you.
I can't guarantee I got an answer.
The bruising on the girl's sternum, could it be from CPR?
Very possibly. It would explain how Wright's saliva came to be on her.
He was trying to save her life.
Confirm that, of course, but
He was a
that could be
hero.
your answer, CPR.
So we're looking for someone with an anthrax vaccine.
Instead of one
The
suspect, we
aid.
now have 500,000, all of them military.
Why am I the only one thinking of this?
After 9/11, anthrax was sent through the mail. Most people at risk were vaccinated. Pentagon officials, senators, congressmen.
Everybody at the reception.
Along with most everyone on the Hill, Agent Gibbs. They were troubling times.
They still are.
After you delivered the briefing papers to Nord Force Systems, what did you do?
I walked down the hallway toward the elevator.
North 4 System Suite was
Just
right
for
next to the
nothing.
elevator. Do you want to
According
try
to
this
you.
again? You were walking towards the elevator because you were not coming from North 4 Systems. You were coming from a room down the hallway.
Then you won't mind giving us a hair sample?
The killer left a calling card, and we think your name is on it.
You had sex with an underage Chinese girl. What I want to know is who put her there. She didn't put herself there. What's he spotted? He spotted something. I don't know what he spotted though.
This is outrageous. If you're looking for a murderer, you should be looking at him.
He wasn't
and not
unstable.
me.
Are you refusing to voluntarily give us a hair sample, Mr. Nelson?
You drugged her though, didn't you? I don't think you maybe meant to kill her. You drugged her and she OD'd.
Right, dropping in for breakfast?
Nelson might have killed the girl, but there's no way he killed Wright, boss.
Because he's right there. I couldn't see from the footage, from the CCTV footage what Tony had seen.
Underage, illegal, dead. You really think your boss wants to talk to you?
I didn't push Sergeant Wright. I was on the ground floor when he jumped.
You went to the room. Trying to save her. You attacked him.
No.
You killed her. You threw Sergeant Wright off of the balcony.
I never saw Sergeant Wright!
Then how did he attack you?
She hit me with the lamp. I had to explain this somehow, so I said, Wright attacked me. I met him outside the hotel.
You had sex
paid
with
him. And he gave me the key card.
Regular client? Different girls every time.
Different girls.
Mm-hmm.
I ran into him downstairs at the elevator. And I told him she was dead. He went up.
Name?
Davy Chen Importing Company.
Kept himself pretty clean, a couple of misdemeanors, no felonies, nothing to suggest
There's
he
your
was
pimp.
involved in the sex trade of underage girls. They could be on their way to Vegas now or dead.
Send someone in undercover.
I'll do it.
No. We need someone closer to home.
Dozo.
Boss.
I know who.
$25,000.
I know who.
Checker plastic.
Cash.
Who Palmer's banging? Her. She looks young. She'll work.
Oh, sorry, Doctor.
Agent Lee.
I didn't
There
go
you
anywhere
go.
with Agent Lee.
Oh, come
I
on.
signed Sergeant Wright's medical records and then she left. Yeah, she was in a hurry.
Well, evidently so were you. When I looked up from washing my hands, both you and she had disappeared, and Agent Gibbs was standing here.
I have a
Spill.
a gastrointestinal challenge.
Crap.
Oh, all of it?
I didn't want to spend the whole day sitting in the restroom. That won't hurt me, will it?
Well, no, but you're going to feel as if you've been on bread and water for a week. Bread and water for a week was not to punish by depriving the offending sailor of food as much as to plug up his gastrointestinal.
Oh, that is awful.
Mr. Palmer.
Well, she looks the part.
She does.
Just like a
Whore?
courtesan.
Oh.
Are you sure you're ready for this? Okay, Mickey.
Separate radio transmitter and GPS built into the lining. Pressure switch on the handle turns it off if they sweep for bugs. GPS locked on.
MTAC standing by, Agent Gibbs. It's your call.
We are in play.
What do you want?
What the meme?
And who are you?
I want to buy
I
back.
don't know you or your sister.
Maybe this will help you remember.
Lee's killed the transmission. They're sweeping her for bugs.
We hope.
Stand by, Tony. No contact in 30 seconds. We're going in.
Gotcha, boss.
20 seconds.
Come on.
$25,000. Another 25 when I get my sister back.
And what makes you think I have your sister?
Because you're a pimp.
Must be another Davy Chen I'm looking
Trafficking
for.
them.
I don't know what you call her, but my family calls her Sume.
You're a long way from home.
So is she, but I wasn't abducted off my parents' farm.
It's a lot of money for the daughter of a farmer.
I work in Shanghai. I'm good at what I do. American businessmen show their appreciation.
Come with me.
If you were trying to really do this and there was no NCIS involvement, he would just kill you.
Game on. Lost a signal.
She turned it off?
No, it's that room.
Can't tell.
He's been in this game for a long time. He knows what he's doing.
Talk to me, McGee.
Yeah, working
I
on
think
it,
you're going to
boss.
have to go in.
FBI? Police?
You don't think I came alone, do you?
They can't hear you. This room is protected against bugs.
I gathered.
Backup camera.
There's interference.
Go
The
in
screen
now.
room, it's jamming the signal. She's moving.
He will
Hitting
kill
a
her.
door.
Need to find the secret room.
Denozo, they're gone. Anything?
Nothing, boss. They didn't come out this way.
We're only getting intermittent video signals.
All right, we're getting picture back.
Wow, he's got this place well set up.
Maybe some kind of tunnel.
You would not be walking out of here alive if you
There.
were coming out.
Playing it back. Could be an I, maybe a K.
Toll Bridge Trading.
2570 3rd Street Northwest.
Got it. Got it.
Clear.
Tony, go. We got the tunnel.
We're straight out the front door here and gone.
快点，我要走。
Wiping everything.
What is
It's
this? A
been really
warehouse?
He's shutting down his operation.
He's going
Where
to
are
get
the
caught
girls?
for as least as possible.
Put her in a truck along with the others.
Federal agents!
Don't even think about it. Huh. Nice.
Stay down. Put the weapon down.
You're a dead man if you don't. Gotcha. Problem is,
Nice work, Proby.
where's the rest of the girls? He's just wiped everything. Was he in the middle of moving them all out? Yeah, he was. All underage. Look at them, they're like 13, 14.
The bum tried to be a hero.
Brian Wright.
We know, he did.
Sergeant Brian Wright. Bronze Star. Purple Heart. United States Marine Corps. He was a hero.
And you took that away from him. This was never anything to do with where we started with the Secretary of Defense. It was just, it happened there. This was really good. I enjoyed this. Alright, first of all, we did not go back to the other episode where we ended it, where that guy got away with the cell from episode 7. So we will leave that open-ended. We may come back to that at some point. We may not. I don't know. What was fascinating about this is the way that the stories can entwine, where you start at one point thinking it's to do with a particular situation that it showed us with all this, all the politicians here and this retirement for the secretary. And then you think it's possibly, after that, it gets directed as though maybe it was our director, because Ziva had to save her, and then we end up with a human trafficking, underage girl human trafficking ring that was behind all of this. But the one thing I was wanted to try to maintain throughout this that I was hoping was true was what Gibbs was focusing on, and the fact that it was this guy with those medals. This guy was a hero, no matter what has happened to him since he returned. And he's back here, home. Whether he's homeless, or he's down on his luck, or he's using drugs, or whatever. The type of profile that fits a person to be that kind of hero doesn't fit what we had presented to us here. I knew full well it had to be either the aide or the aide covering for the congressman. Normally it would be the older guy, it would be the congressman, but no, he was just taking opportunity to use that place as somewhere where he gets to have sex with underage girls because of this Chang guy who was just bringing them all in. So that they're basically kidnapped from small provinces in China, shipped over here. No ID, no passport, no nothing. Human trafficked over. Turned into working girls, cleaned up. These people are absolute scum. But at least we had somebody who could go in there, Agent Lee, who looked the part. Obviously, we knew, as he so eloquently pointed out, too old. But it fitted. It was just it was a risk they had to take here that it did look like a setup, because no girl would do that on her own with money as well. You wouldn't take on someone of this kind of criminal enterprise with all the funding and all the men that he's got around him that he probably pays. So I knew she was going to get found out pretty quickly, but at least, you know, we've got everyone here watching her back. The only thing that's not making sense to me, and we haven't really discussed about it since it first showed it 2 or 3 episodes back, I think, was the fact that her and Palmer are, well, using every available opportunity and nook and cranny to be able to go off and do the business with each other. Get a room. Do you know what I mean? Literally. Don't do it at work. Meet up after work. Do whatever you... If you can't control yourselves at work, the relationship's doomed, because it's going to get you in trouble. It could possibly even get one of you reassigned, fired. I don't know. Of course, it's not illegal. You're not enlisted. You're not Marines. But you could see his concern for there. But I'm trying to work out who's the one who started that off. Was that Palmer? I don't see that in him. I think she's initiated that relationship that they've currently got going on, whatever you would class the relationship as. I also like the fact that Abby had to go and outsource, in effect, in this episode for that funky machine. Are we going to get one? I'm sure we're going to get one at some point. Got off with that guy for dinner. I liked that we didn't focus on the fact that he was a little person, and it was just there. It just presented it. It just showed it you. We had no idea that they were concealing it until the last point, and then just made nothing of it, which was nice. Right, I will be back with another 2 episodes next week. I want to know more about what's going on with Palmer and Agent Lee, but I really want to know what the hell's going on with Tony, because what he's never shown or displayed before is this kind of fascination and enamorment with a girl that he's met. He's stopped checking other women out. He's stopped talking about other women. He's actually not being as much of a player than he normally is. Even just his mannerisms and his incessant need to just put it out there and talk about it all the time, that he's always his conquest of women. But I've never seen him with a second cell phone before. He seems to have gotten a second one just for her. Something feels a little weird, and I don't know what. I can't put my finger on it yet. So, to be continued, I guess. Right, I will see you for another 2 episodes next week, which will be episodes 9 and 10. So then, guys, thank you a lot for watching. If you do want to watch any of these in full length, you can, of course, as always, over on Patreon. Check the link in the description. But for now, if you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe. Don't forget to give your thumbs up. And don't forget to post your comments down below. I will see you for another 2 next week. Take care.